What are the steps to take during due diligence when you buy a property in Thailand? Buying a property in Thailand can be very profitable, but if you don't follow the right steps, it can turn to be a nightmare. In this video, we're gonna talk about all the steps that you need to take when you do the due diligence by yourself. If you're ready, let's get into it. Hi. My name is Nuno from Storm Real Estate Phuket. Welcome to Real Estate Happy Hour, episode 4. As I mentioned earlier, in this video, we're going to talk about all the steps that you need to take when you do the due diligence by yourself. But before we get into the video, please subscribe to our channel so you're not going to miss any future videos. If you're ready, let's get into it. Thai property market has its own unique set of rules and potential traps that can catch unwary investor off guard. We prepared a 15 steps checklist to follow when you do the due diligence by yourself. As Storm Real Estate Phuket, we always recommend our clients to get a lawyer to do the due diligence for them. This will minimize your risks and also gonna save you a lot of hassle. But it's understandable that some people wanna do it by themselves or they just would like to be on top of what their lawyer has been doing. Without further ado, let's start with the first step. Verify the land title. Let's start with the basics. Verifying the land title is the most important step that you need to take. You need to make sure the property has a clean and legitimate title deed. Shanot is the strongest form of land ownership in Thailand. There are some other land ownership types as well, such as Noso Sam, Noso Samgo, and so on. We will get into all the title deeds on another video. But for now, please keep in mind that Shanot is the strongest form of land ownership in Thailand. So it is a great idea to start from checking the title deed of the property that you're about to purchase. You can find all the details of that property in the land office. Please bear in mind, Shanot in Thailand is written in Thai language. Even the numbers are written in Thai. So when you look at the size of the property in the land title, even that is written in Thai language. So you definitely need a help from a Thai speaker. Number 2, check the encumbrances. Make sure the property that you're about to buy doesn't have any liens, mortgages, or legal disputes. It's not very uncommon in Thailand. Some properties have some encumbrances. A clear title is crucial for secure investment. You can conduct a detailed title search at the land department. This search will reveal if the property has any encumbrances such as mortgages, liens, or legal disputes. Also, you will be able to see the recent transfers as well as some suspicious activities if there is any. Number 3, confirm the ownership and the transfer rights. In Thailand, it's not very uncommon to see the seller doesn't have the full rights to sell the property. There are so many cases a property is owned by many family members. You might deal with the one family member, meanwhile the other family members have no idea what's happening. To be able to avoid any unpleasant surprises along the horizon, you need to check if the person is selling has the selling rights. Also, some properties are being sold with the company. For that, you need to check if the company is legit and the person selling that company has the full rights of selling that property. You definitely need to check the company structure, shareholders, and directors. Number 4, understanding zoning laws. Zoning laws in Thailand can be a little bit complex. Zoning in Thailand is color-coded. Some color zones allow you to build residential properties. Meanwhile, some color codes don't allow you to build anything apart from agricultural purposes. We will talk about the zoning laws in another video because it can be a little bit complex. What you need to keep in mind is whatever is permitted in Thailand right now might not be allowed in the future. Make your own research, do your homework, check with the authorities, and make sure that property is located in the right zone for you to build whatever you have in mind. Number 5, assess the environmental risks. Phuket has a tropical climate. Because of that, Phuket has been dealing with flooding and landslides, especially in the monsoon season. Also, if you remember in 2004, Phuket is hit by a massive tsunami. So when you have a property in mind, check the area if that location has been affected by flooding, landslides, or tsunami. If you are working with a good real estate agent, you can find out about all these details from them. Alternatively, you can talk with the neighbors too. Because you might be in Phuket in the summer season, where you cannot see any of the tracks. To avoid any unpleasant surprises in the future, you definitely need to check the environmental risks in that area. Number 6, review the building permits and certificates. If you are buying an off-plan property, you definitely need to ask the building permits and all legal papers from the developer. It takes about 3 to 6 months for developer to obtain these papers. We highly recommend you not to sign anything without seeing those permits in place. As I mentioned earlier, in Thailand, laws can be changed very frequently. So whatever is not permitted right now might be allowed in the past. So if you're buying a property is already built, you definitely need to check the building permits anyway. For example, in Thailand, you cannot build anything above 80 meters from the sea level. But there are so many properties in Thailand, especially in Phuket, they already built way above 80 meters in the past. These properties are not demolished by the government yet. Just because it's built doesn't mean that property has all the legal papers. You wouldn't want to buy a property and find out it's illegal after all. Number 7, conduct a professional property inspection. There are so many good companies in Phuket providing professional property surveys. You can hire one of these companies to check the property's condition, including structural integrity, electricity, plumbing, and so on. Don't forget, Phuket has the tropical climate. Therefore, there are some unique problems that properties usually have been dealing with. There can be mold, termite infestation, or corrosion. Also, if there's any fundamental problem with the construction, the survey company gonna find out about it and let you know. So many properties in Phuket look amazing from outside, but structure-wise can be questionable. Number 8, evaluate the infrastructure and utilities. Check the availability and the quality of the essential services such as water, electricity, sewage, or internet. If one or some of them lacking, can be problematic in the future. You're either gonna end up waiting for so long to get these services, or it's gonna cost you a lot of money. You can check all of these with the service providers. Alternatively, you can talk with the neighbors too. Number 9, research the neighborhood and the future developments. If you are about to buy a property in a developing area, can be beneficial or can be problematic too. It depends on what your purpose is. If you are buying a property for investment purposes, that might be beneficial for you. If there are some future projects planned in that area, can increase the value of your property in the long run. But if you are buying for residential purposes, you might find yourself in a never-ending construction zone. If you are working with a good real estate agent, they're gonna let you know about the future developments in that neighborhood. Number 10, understand the tax obligations. Even though in Thailand, tax obligations are not as brutal as the Western world, you still need to know all about it. Do your own homework to get yourself familiar with the tax implications of your purchase, including transfer fees and taxes, specific business tax, and ongoing property taxes. You can find so many useful information online about tax obligations, or you can get help from a tax expert. 11. If you are buying a condominium, find out if that building still has some foreign freehold quota. In Thailand, foreigners can own property 100% under their name. We talked about it on another video, which you can watch it through the link here. When foreigners buy property in Thailand 100% under their name, it has to be only condominium unit. And that condominium unit has to have foreign freehold ownership. In a condominium building, only 49% of those units can be sold as foreign freehold. So if you are buying a foreign freehold condominium unit, you need to make sure that building still has some foreign freehold quota. You can find that out easily from the land department. Number 12, review the contracts very carefully. When you find a property that you like, the first contract you need to sign is the reservation agreement. The reservation agreement has some basic information in it, such as the price of the property that you agreed on, payment terms, and the details of that property too. Most of the cases, if you read it carefully, you don't need to hire a lawyer for that. But the most important part is the sales and purchase agreement. In Thailand, they prepare the sales and purchase agreement in 2 languages. You might be able to understand the English one, but you definitely need help with the Thai version as well. And again, we strongly recommend you to get a lawyer to do this for you. But if you have enough resources, you can do that by yourself too. But make sure to read everything very carefully. Number 13. The background check on the developer if you are buying an off-plan property. If you are buying an off-plan property in Phuket, you need to know everything about that developer. What they built in the past, how many projects are ongoing at the moment, what's their reputation on the market, how is their financial stability. You need to know everything about them. And again, if you are working with a good real estate agent, they're gonna share all the insider information about the developer with you. Alternatively, you can ask around and find out what people know about them. In Phuket, there are some big property developers. They actually been listed in the stock exchange of Thailand. So if you are buying a property from one of these developers, you're pretty much good. Also in Phuket, there are some big local developers that you can trust them. You can go and see what they built in the past and see their construction quality and ask around what people think about them. But if it's a first-time developer or not very established one, you need to do your own research on them. Number 14, understand the maintenance and management costs. Before you buy a property in Phuket, you need to make sure what's your ongoing costs on that property. First of all, if you're not buying a standalone property, you need to pay maintenance fee monthly. This fee usually includes some common area expenses that will be used for the pool cleaning, gardening, and maintenance of the common areas. So you need to know who's the management company and how much they charge per month. But also, not only the price, you need to know who's going to be the management company. If a project working with a solid management company, that's going to increase the value of your property over time. In Phuket, there are some international management companies such as CBRE, Knight Frank, or JLL. These companies are usually solid, and even after years, your compound gonna look spotless, and it's gonna increase the value of your property, especially when you want to sell in the future. Number 15. Plan your exit strategy. Especially if you are buying a property for investment purposes, you need to know when you're gonna get in and when you're gonna get out. If you are buying a property with some features that will help you to sell in the future. In Phuket, properties with sea view or walking distance to the beach always been popular. Also, freehold ownership is one of the requirements most of our clients asking for. So sometimes it might be a good idea to spend a little bit more money for features like sea view or walking distance to the beach or foreign freehold ownership. And again, if you work with a good real estate agent, they will help you to negotiate on behalf of you with the seller, and you might get some of these for free. In this video, we try to summarize those 15 crucial steps that you need to take when you do the due diligence before you buy a property in Thailand. Please comment below if you have any questions, and I'll get back to you. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching.